Welcome you to another video where we'll be talking about functions in JavaScript. So before we go into what we have for today, if you are just joining us, please do well to subscribe to our channel and click the notification icon so you will be aware when we drop more content, right? So let's just go into functions, right? So have you ever wondered how is it that when you press a button, either let's say your phone or a washing machine? Okay, let me use washing machine. How is it that when you press a button on your washing machine for a certain or specific wash pattern, the washing machine just knows what to do. Then you press another button, it does another function. Let me give an instance. You press a button for wash, it washes your clothes at a certain or particular temperature, and all of a sudden you press another button for spin, and instead of washing, it actually spins. Or let's say you want to wash a particular delicate wear on in a certain temperature, and you press the require code for it, and it washes at that particular temperature. It doesn't wash it higher than that or lower than that. Have you ever wondered how does all those button work? Yeah, so this is an analogous to what they call it, functions in JavaScript, right? So basically, functions are just or is a block of code or are blocks of code that can be defined and later called in or invoked. Now, let me use the washing machine again. Let's say a function is just like that button in your washing machine. A particular code has been written and assigned to that button. So whenever you click that button, that function will run. That block of code will run, right? So that is basically what function is all about. And now in functions, due to the recent what do you call it, recent introduction of ES6, right? You can either use a function keyword to declare write functions, or you can use the arrow function syntax, and you will see that soon enough, right? So first off, in your functions, when this is how to write a function keyword, right? You write a function, your greet, then a function takes in more than one parameter. You can actually add one parameter, but it takes in more than one parameter. And in this parameter part, this is where you assign what should be worked on. Yeah, that's in a layman term. Let's put it that way. So now you in this curly braces that has this console log bracket hello plus parameter whatever. So now that is the body. That is where you add what you want the function to do. So whenever this function greet is being called upon, it will do what it is inside the body, right? You get. So let me just give a few other examples so we understand. Let's say now I declare a function and name it greet, and now add a parameter of name in it. Then I want this function to console log hello string plus, that is concatenate. Remember our data string data types. Then concatenate name, which is this parameter that is going to be added to it. Then plus, that's concatenate the exclamation mark string. Now, when we call this function, we say greet. When we add a parameter, the output will be hello Alice exclamation. Now we can put another name here. We can put Bob. We can put Jane. It will now say hello Jane exclamation. Instead of rewriting hello Jane and all, I can just put greet Jane, greet Ben, greet whatever name I want to put here, greet Marvelous. Then when you do this, it will just say hello name, that's hello to whatever parameter, whatever name you add there, it will greet the person. right? So we'll see more of that in when we get into our VS Code part of the section of this video. Now, in arrow syntaxes, right? This is how it works. We use constants. Remember, ES6 expressions, constants, greet. Instead of calling the function, then we'll add the parameter. Then this arrow here, this arrow here is what we use for the arrow syntax. Then this is the body. Then this is a template literal. This is a template literal. You understand it more when we get into objects and the rest of them. This is a template literal when I want to give a dynamic variable, right? This is hello. Then this is JavaScript. This dollar sign. When I want to call a JavaScript, we'll put it inside this dollar sign. Then curly braces. And this is a string. Yeah. So now if we say hello, if we what we call this function, is going to greet whatever parameter that is being given to it. So it's going to give hello or greet. That's hello Alice. Yes, that's the word. So now let's get into our VS Code. Let's see what I've just been saying. VS Code extension. Yep. So we are going to first start with the examples that we used earlier. So let's see how it works, right? So let's first uncomment the first one. Like I said earlier, you can just follow along, pause this video and get this code syntax and get your hands dirty with some code. Now, first of all, this is how it looks like. This is where the name of the function, this is it. Then this is the parameter it takes in, right? Then this is the body of the function, whatever we want this function to do whenever it's being called upon, and this is where we called upon that function. So if we should run this code, it should give us on the console log hello Alice, then an exclamation mark. So let's play it. Let's run this code. Let's see. Okay, I have to save it first. It's giving us the early function, the memory there. So let's play. Yeah, see it here. Hello, Alice. Right. So now this is what is giving us here. Then I want to greet another person that is not Alice. I could still do the same thing. Copy and say greet uh greet Mal. Then say greet. Let's greet some bunch of persons. Greet Favor. Greet Ben. So if we should save this, instead of writing hello, name, and whatever, it should greet these four persons simultaneously. Yeah. So let's run the code. Yeah. Greet Ali. Hello, Alice. Hello, Marv. Hello, Ben. Hello, Favor. So this is how function works. This is just how function works. So whenever you call this function, whenever you press that button, it will do a particular action, right? So this is basically how it works. Now let's comment this out, and let's now see it in arrow syntax. This is just the same thing in arrow syntax. It's just a little bit different. Here we don't write function, we just use const, name the variable, then use this arrow, then the body. That is just all for that. Then if you should run this code, you should just say hello Bob. Let's save it and run the code. Hello Bob. Cool. Right? So that is it. Okay. Now let us just do something little with function. Now let us create a function that adds that adds two numbers, right? So now this is it. Okay, let's put a function that adds two numbers. Now we first of all say function, then we'll name the function. We'll write this in arrow syntax, so we'll know how it works. So now we'll now say we give the function a name, add, then add the parameters one, a and b, then return a plus b, right? Now this is what is going to happen whenever we run this function add, right? So if we now say what do you call it, okay, let us do something with it. So now this is the function. It's going to result the is going to return the value of a plus b. So now we are going to call that function on a variable, and let us see if it actually works. So this variable, we name the variable result. Yeah, we named it result. Then we now gave it that function, and gave it the parameter of 3 and 5. Right now, we now console log the variable. That's the result. Let us see if it gives us the addition of 3 and 5. Let us see if it gives us 8. So if we should save this and run it, yeah, it gave us 8. So let us convert this to an arrow syntax. Like I said earlier, if you want to write arrow syntax, first of what do? You name the variable. Now, since here the function is called add, you give it add. So give it add. Yeah. So pass in our arguments, and in the parameters, sorry, we're going to pass in our parameters, and the parameters here we have two parameters. So let's just, we can also make it 3. Instead, let's make it 3. Let's work with 3. Let's work with 3. Let's do something else, right? So after that, we now add our arrow. This is why they call it the arrow syntax. Then this is the body. Now in this code, I want us to perform something different. Now let's do a little of complexity in what they call it, in whatever, what's called it, in our body. Yeah. So let's say return a plus b, right? A plus b, yeah. Then divided by c. Now cool. So what we did here is that whatever value we add, that is the argument, the parameters here, it will add the first and the second parameter, then to divide it by the last parameter, right? So let us see if this is going to work. Yeah, sure, it's good. So let us now call another variable. Let's name it result. You can name this anything. Okay, let's name it another name. Let's give it value. Then I want to call our function. I want to use the function here now. I want to use the function here. I'll now say uh, add. Okay, let's call this arithmetic. Let's just arithmetic. Anyways, now type it. Yeah. So now just so long. Let's give it math. It's just long. Yeah, yeah, this is short and it's better. Yeah, so mass, we'll call this value and pass in our argument and say let's say we want to add 2 3, let's give 3, then we want to divide it by 2. Yeah, divided by 2. So cool. That is it. Then what else? What else? Okay, yeah, we have to now console log. We have to console the log value now. I'm sorry. So yeah, that is that. Oh, let me comment this out first so it doesn't affect our code. So this is the arrow function, and we basically just built a function and named that function math. Then we now use that function in a variable that is value, right? So in this function, we can now use this value and do anything we want to do. So let's save it and any what do you call it, any operation that we need that works in this pattern a plus b divided by c. So if we run this code, see it's giving us 2.5. Why is it giving us 2.5? Because 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So okay, let's do something else. Let's say after we did this one, I want to do another operation. I want to do another operation, and let's call this value 2. Yeah, I want to do another operation. Say console log value 2. Let's use let's use this is better. The 2. So let's now say we want to let's do 10, then let's do 30, then we'll divide by 2. So let's see. It's supposed to give us a value of 2.5 and the next value. So right, see, we have 2.5 and 20. So basically that is how function works. So the function we were using here is the math function, and it's basically performing this operation each time we call it in this each time we call it in this place. So this is the operation is always performing. So this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C. So it always performs this operation. So if we now let's tweak this operation a little. Let's see what happens. Let's do times. If we times it and let's times it and see what happens to the result. Save or run. Yeah, see, it basically did the same thing, right? So is now what is now doing is doing 2 times 3, which is 6, and 6 is divided by 2. It gave us 3, which is in our output. So the next one is 10 times 30, which is 300. Then 300 divided by 2, 150. So that is basically it for function. But we're going to still get into more details with function as we go on. Yeah. But before we get into more detail, I would like to take us on the uh, storing of arrays. Yeah, storing of data in arrays. So that's going to be what is that's going to be what our next video is going to be all about, right? So that we are done with this video. So I'll see us in the next video. We're talking about arrays. All right.